This little video is going to show you how you can work through the GDP keyboarding software, the Greg College Keyboarding and Document Processing software. Once you have registered with your access code, that allows you to get into the software online, and it will take you to this screen when you've logged in. This Greg software covers a whole bunch of different material. It's broken down into 6 parts. We're only going to be doing part 1, which is the first 20 lessons. You'll see that in part 1 there are 4 units. Each unit has 5 lessons. The 2 pieces of the software that you're going to be paying attention to up here are the lessons section, which is where we are right now, and My GDP, which takes you to a little bit of feedback information. It helps you keep track of what you've done. So let's have a look at lesson 1. So click on unit 1. There's lesson 1 and lesson 1 enrichment. And just looking at the markings here, the little yellow circle with the black triangle means that something is in progress at the moment. The little green check mark means that something has been completed. So in order to get into lesson 1, I'm just going to click on it, and that opens up a whole bunch of subsections. You'll see that there are green check marks beside each one, so that indicates that I have completed those subsections. When you look at the screen, you want to read the information on the screen, and when you've finished reading that, hit your next button here and read the information on the next screen. So this is important information. This is talking about the home row and how to always be going back to the home row in order to keep track of where you are, because you don't want to be looking at the keyboard in order to find the keys. One other thing that you will see on this screen is that in the middle here it tells you you are in part 1, unit 1, lesson 1, page 3. So if you have a look at your text, if you want to be in the text or use the text to follow along with what you're doing on the screen, this shows you exactly where you are in the text. I'm going to hit next here. This takes you to another piece of information. Read through that, hit next again. This talks about the first practice that you're going to be doing. This gives you some specific information about a couple of the keystrokes that you're going to be looking at on the next page. This little angled arrow means that you hit enter once or twice, depending on what is given to you. So once you've read that, we're going to click on next again. We are now on the first practice screen. It also tells you that if you wanted to read this from the book rather than from the screen, it's on page 4, lines 1 through 4 in your text. You will notice the next button is grayed out. It's because it will not become active until you have actually finished the entire lesson here. So we're going to key this, and one of the things about this particular kind of lesson is that it won't allow you to make a mistake. It will stop you if you make a mistake. So I'm just going to key ASDF, and instead of hitting the space, I'm going to hit J, and it tells me I've made a mistake. Strike the correct key, which happens to be a space, and then carry on. So just bear with me as I go through here. And at this point, I'm going to hit enter and then continue keying. And just finishing up, and as I hit the last keystroke, it tells me I can click next to continue, so I'm going to do that, and it takes me to the next screen. Now on this kind of a screen, it gives you a little demo of the keystroke or the reach or whatever, and you can replay that demo just to see what's going on here. So just replay the demo. So using the index keys or index fingers rather, for these keys. So once you've seen that, click on next and carry on with the rest of the lesson. When you have finished a lesson or you're ready to see what it is that you have completed, just click on My GDP and it will show you exactly where you are in terms of what you have completed so far. So you can go back and forth between the lessons and the My GDP screen. So what you want to do is just play with this, get comfortable with it, and remember to always read the information on your screen.